I wanted to ask you first of all about the music, about the songs that Red does. What about Don't Want to Hear It? I wanted to know about It Follows, like why you wrote it and what was the motivation behind it. What about, you said there were 3 ideas. Would you say that the dancing is kind of the ideal of what you want the scene to be? It's supportive and everything else instead of the backstabbing like within No Reason and It Follows and Don't Want to Hear It. And what is their goal? What are they trying to accomplish? Why do you scream? And why is it so fast? And why can't you understand the lyrics? The way you dress, and the way the hardcore, well, not hardcore. Could you explain to why the people that are in the scene, whatever, dress like you and dress like the people in the bands? Why is that? A lot of them seem to dress the same way. Can you talk a little bit about the politics or what some of the contradictions in the scene? Like sometimes, you know, it's people say it's apolitical, and then on the other hand, you have some political ideas. And why do you think hardcore happened? Can you talk about talk about discord? Why are you doing what you're doing? How do you feel about that? And what do you think will happen now?
That's one difference. Say when people go to the Wax Museum.
There's some general idea that made this thing happen. I mean, I know everybody's individuals and they all think differently, but
what is going to happen to these kids when they have to go and earn money to support themselves? I mean, but then how do you justify heading up this record company? Say if you had a friend who, you know, was killed in Central America.
Don't they have a misconception of being afraid of people involved in the hardcore music scene?
Anything else that you can think of?
It's kind of like the hippies maybe look at me for who I am, not what I look like.
Talking before about the hippies. Do you think you're the hippies of the 80s then? Some of your ideas are the, you know, non-exploitive stuff like that, and the fact that you are getting bigger. I mean, are you an angry person or? So do you think you're going to go further underground?
How will you know when you've reached the point of insincerity?
I'll know.
Yeah, at any time.
Okay.
A lot of people I know, or everyone maybe, just feel the great uselessness. You just, I mean, you're a human being, and it's all so big. You know, the world is so big, and everything is just so untouchable and unreachable, that they just want to do something that they can be a part of, and they can like mold and they can make, because all through their life, you know, all through their school, they're brought up, and you know, they tell you all about people who created this and created that. You've been given a great, you know, everything you want, an accepted social scene, you know, the whole alcohol thing, and an accepted music scene. It's all there for you, and people don't want it, and they just say fuck it. They don't want that. They want, you know, they want to be part of something. I can tell you that when I got interested in the music or whatever, like the alternative lifestyle or whatever, it was not hardcore. It was like punk rock, or even actually it was even new wave. The general idea was basically me and about 10 other people decided that we wanted to play our own music and we wanted to do like our own thing, and it built on from that. And Washington was a really strong strong-scene, and when there was a show, it was like it was not just a show, it was like a full-on, you know, party. A lot of hardcore stuff is fast, very aggressive and loud, you know, music, angry music, and I think that the dancing, it reflects the music naturally, and you just want to get going. You know, people that's like the whole energy thing once again. The stage diving was just something that we saw in California and sort of emulated. When we used to dance, it was definitely violent, but it was also somehow much more choreographed. Whereas, first of all, we didn't go in a circle, which I think is something about that really bugs me, okay? And number two, we sort of just weaved in and out, and we worked with each other, and it was not like hurting, and nothing. We were pretty like, people dance to the music, which has sort of gone away in the last 6 months. People don't seem to dance to music anymore. They sort of run around and, you know, be crazy or whatever, which is fun and dandy. But so back then it was a lot more choreographed. When you go off a stage and you have like friends who are gonna catch you, there's a feeling behind that, which is great. Like a great example is how we open the doors of clubs. There's no overage shows in Washington, no hardcore overage shows at all, because
Why were you kicked out of clubs?
violence or just aggression or just scared, or a lot of times the bars died, didn't make any money, wasn't worth it to them.
Why?
Not worth all the fucking because people don't drink. People didn't drink. I mean, some people do, but they don't. I mean, some, you know, they don't. It's not enough. And there's not an emphasis on drinking. The emphasis is on the band and the people. It follows. Well, because just the whole thing about when you become. Why I became a punk or whatever, and when I became a punk was to escape all the bullshit that, you know, the social scene of high school and just the typical normal stuff. And here I thought that I was like, you know, because I had become a punk, that I was like, you know, we were all so much above it now, and, you know, that we had to deal with it. And all of a sudden I realized that, you know, that social scene is the punk scene now, and it's all caught up to me anyway, you know, and that even though I thought I was escaping it the whole time, I wasn't. It was there the whole time anyway, just a different shape. Sort of like a bitter realization, you might say, you know, tap me on the back. I don't want to hear it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all my songs, I write my songs, I mean, I have one thing in mind usually, or maybe a few things in mind, but it starts to apply to everything. When I first wrote I Don't Want to Hear It, it was basically about, you know, just about people talking, like, you know, about how good, you know, how great they were, or how, you know, how they were so together or whatever, and that kind of stuff. And it was all bullshit for, you know, for someone to say, like, you know, oh yeah, I got my shit together, or, you know, it's a lie, and it's just like I don't even want to hear it anymore. Just, you know, because as we start out, I mean, that's pretty. I mean, to me, the meaning of that's pretty obvious. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're looking for exactly. No, I mean, every song has, like, I mean,